I'm making this video as a warning for people who aren't on self-improvement, or those people who are on self-improvement but are getting complacent. Have you ever noticed that guys only really get onto self-improvement when they want a girlfriend, or they want to learn how to get girls, or after a breakup? A lot of them do start after a breakup, but usually when guys have like girlfriends in their lives, or that area of their life is fine, they don't do self-improvement whatsoever. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I've noticed that a lot. It's usually guys who are just like miserable. They've got no love in their life, that they start on self-improvement to get girls, and then they obviously do the transformation and they start just doing it for themselves. But I want to make this warning to you guys. If by any chance there's people who are watching this, I doubt they'd be watching this, but there are people who are just, if your life is going good, just get onto self-improvement. It's just way better to start while you're already on top than to wait for things to get so bad, so unbearably awful, that you have to make the change. Because I can guarantee you, like, that it's very, very difficult. It is absolutely awful. And now, like I just mentioned, the people whose lives are going well are probably not going to be watching this video. But I want to target this to those of you who are on self-improvement, but you're a little bit complacent with it, right? I made a comment in the past. You probably won't remember it, but I came to the conclusion that I realized that people that do make so many gains in their lives, they take so many strides in terms of their self-improvement journey. It's usually they wait for life to get so unbearably, so uncomfortable that they cannot carry on living like this, that they have to get onto self-improvement and they stay focused. And I'm saying for you, if you're on self-improvement, your life is probably, it's not great, but it's not bad. Do not wait for your life to get absolutely terrible, unbearably awful, that you have to get onto self-improvement for whatever reason. Because one, it is just absolutely awful. Like, you don't put yourself through that if you don't have to. But two, most people don't make it out. I know you when you watch on the internet, there's a thing called survivorship bias, right? If you look at all the people who start businesses, you're only ever going to see the successful people. You're not going to see the 96% or whatever that percentage is of businesses that fail within the first year, that fail within 5 years, and whatever it is. If you're watching on Spotify and you see, or you are scrolling on TikTok and you're seeing clips of all these podcasts, you're probably thinking like, oh, everyone's starting podcasts, everyone's been successful at podcasts. But I was listening to Chris Williamson on the Modern Wisdom podcast, and he was speaking about how if you make, I forgot what the numbers were, but it was something ridiculous. Like, if you make 3 videos, if you post 3 podcast episodes, you're already in the top 1% of podcasters. Because people they make one episode and they just don't. So because of survivorship bias, right? And the same thing happens with self-improvement. Like, most people who do wait, you see all these people, you see like your Hamzas, your Imans, all these people, you see them and you're like, oh, they're really successful because they've been so diligent with their self-improvement. And you listen to someone like, especially someone like Hamza's story. His life got so terrible, he had to move back, get onto government benefits and that sort of thing so that he could improve his life, right? His life got so terrible, he had to do that. Most people don't make it out. Like, I need you to be like clued onto this reality. Most people don't make it out with self-improvement. It's people like us who you just do it. You're watching videos. You know how many millions of people watch self-improvement videos, and you look at them 10 years later and their life is worse off than it ever was. You don't want to become that guy, trust me. So the point I'm trying to make in this video, just to keep it short, is do not wait for your life to get so unbearably awful, unbearably uncomfortable that you have to change it. And it's kind of a bit of a catch-22, because the only way people do actually become that successful in self-improvement is that their life does get so uncomfortable that they never want to see that again. But I'm begging you, like, do everything in your power to not let it get that bad. I'm definitely doing this to myself, and I've said this about my YouTube channel. It's more of like, I give out advice, but I'm 20 years old. Like, I'm not flipping Andrew Tate. I'm not like Jordan Peterson. I haven't lived like a long life that I can tell you experiences and that sort of thing. I can just tell you like my sort of story and show you the journey I'm going on. So a lot of these videos are also like advice to myself. It's epiphanies I've had, and I'm just doing this sort of consolidate and just share with you like the points I've learned. It's for myself as well. Like, I'm also in a position where I'm struggling to just stay consistent on it, and I know that my life is not that terrible, but it can get terrible. And I'm also doing this as a warning to myself, like, do not wait, do not let life get so terrible that you have to do self-improvement, because it's an ugly road, my boy. It's absolutely terrible. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to join the Self-Improvement Brotherhood, and until next time, I'll see you boys.